Adobe have just released a new version of Photoshop and it includes dynamic text. Now this was available earlier in the Photoshop beta, but now it's in the release version of Photoshop 2025, obviously 2026, 27, etc. So what does it do? Well, you can see the result of some dynamic text here. How to create it? Let's just remove this. So let's just get rid of this layer. Don't want that anymore. Yes, it will eventually let me get rid of it. And I'm just going to create some text. Now I'm just going to go for horizontal type tool and click and drag. And you see I've got some text there. I'm going to change the color. I'm going to go with black initially, but I don't want this text. I just want to put something myself. So the book is, and you can see obviously you can just create standard normal text at this point. But what you can do, once you go up here, you can click here, but you can also click here. And as soon as you do that, it turns into dynamic text. So that old text is now dynamic. You can convert it back again. You simply just go up here. Once it's selected, you can see over here in the layers, you've got that dynamic text and it's got a slightly little different little icon there. So you can see a little jagged lightning. So dynamic, just turn it off and it's back there. Now it doesn't work everywhere. There's certain things it just will not work with. Obviously text on a curve. It'd be really interesting if it did, but it doesn't. So let's just go and manipulate this. Now you'll notice it seems to be slightly quirky even now. If you start typing this book, the book is published, and I'm going to press return. And every time you press return, you will get like this, just this massive big chunk. So I've got the word by. All the rest will shrink to there. But you'll notice you get this weird gap. I hope they fix that. It just seems odd. I mean, you can fix it very easy. Obviously, once you've just click here, it goes back to that. But it just looks odd when you're actually creating it. So you can see here by, and you can go back into it again, the house of XYZ, whatever. You can type anything, XYZ, and it was released. And you can see as I keep typing, as long as I don't go onto another line, it doesn't make a massive text. So and I'm just going to go to the next line, press return. And now 1987, I'm just going to create a date. Okay, so you've got that. So you can see you can create this very unusual dynamic text. You can still do other things. You can still select this. So I'm just going to select something there. And instead of using the font I'm using there, I can just go through here and I can go maybe something else. So just a different font. I can also click here and I can change the color. So I can click here. All this can be done in dynamic text. So again, press return. Again, you can convert it back at any point. So if you're over here with the move tool selected, you can move it around, reposition it, rotate it, do all kinds of things. Again, you get this weird bounding box, really strange, very odd. Press return again. Do that. You can also then convert it back at this point just by going here in the properties panel. So if you go here to properties, you've got here dynamic text. So just click here and it's back to normal. Click there again. It remembers, so you don't have to recreate it again. So it expands it out exactly like dynamic text. And then you can apply all kinds of effects to it as normal. So you can turn it into a smart object. So go to layer and smart objects, convert to smart objects, apply effects to it, apply adjustments, maybe go to layers and manipulate it in other ways, duplicate multiple copies. So let's just hold down the Alt or Option key and just duplicate it. And you can see then you can create some interesting designs like that. Very odd combinations. They're independent. So you can change this, go here and change the word by to something else, etc. So that's dynamic text. Very quick, super useful little feature. Now, one thing that I would recommend, if you're really thinking this is a great tool, but wouldn't it be brilliant if it had this or that feature? Contact Adobe, go on their forums, put comments saying, I think dynamic text is XYZ. I would love to see this or that feature added to it. Otherwise, I think it's a real great feature that can be explored in multiple ways. And of course, I've created something very, very basic here, but you can use it for adverts, posters, and many other designs, maybe web designs, of course, as well. Any thoughts, any comments about this new feature in Adobe Photoshop, I should say, even better? Please let me know in the comments below. A like or dislike, always appreciated. Bye.